Today, we're going to talk about how to go from zero to hero in terms of getting the amount of remote jobs that you need. Before I get into that, if you're applying for jobs right now and you want to completely automate your job search, check out fastapply.co, link to the description box and pinned comment down below. Completely free to get started. It literally searches for jobs for you and even applies for you. All you do is upload your resume and some extra filters. So check that out today. Okay, so how do you go from zero to hero? Let's say you're starting from scratch. You have no jobs, no remote jobs, but maybe you have a little bit of skills and experience. So I'm going to give you a really actionable guideline of what to do in this entire video. So either take out a notepad or get out a text file on your computer and write these things down as I tell you. You can pause the video and follow along. So number one thing you're going to do is write down a huge list of everything that you can think of, including all your skills, either things you've done in the past or even current skills, and any experience you've had. So whether that's a job experience, even a life experience, it can really be anything that you can leverage to some extent, right? So whether that's programming languages, maybe you've had a job, whether it's a fast food job, factory job, programming job, it doesn't matter. Any experience or skill that you have, write it down on that piece of paper. So step number two, you're going to go through this piece of paper that you've written down everything on, and you're going to find out the opportunities that might align best with your goal. So what on that list will give you the most profitable outcome, which will lead to paying you the most amount of money. But not only that, which will lead to getting you a job the quickest, right? So if you have something like fast food jobs on there, that's not really that profitable, right? So that is experience you've had. You've had some customer experience with that, maybe taking customers' orders, whatever. And you can leverage that a tiny bit, but in reality, it's not going to be a really profitable experience. So you kind of want to ignore that, right? You want to look for things that are more profitable and stand out a lot more, right? So things like tech experience would be a great example of one. Maybe you built a side project in high school or something. So that's something you can really leverage. And again, this is completely personalized to whatever you do. And all of this basically gets you a way to stand out, but it also makes you realize what you should follow. Because at the end of the day, if you already have some great skills and experience, but you're not really fully leveraging them, this is a great opportunity to notice that. Now, let's say you have nothing on that list. If your list is empty, or maybe it just includes some really base things, like I said, maybe you've only worked fast food jobs and you don't really have any actual profitable skills. This is going to be a great way to see that. And it's going to indicate to you that you need to do some skill building. Now, whether that's you learning a programming language, tech skills, or getting into a certification or a degree, whatever that is, that's a choice that you need to make now, right? So that's step number two. If you've identified something that you can leverage, that's what you're going to follow. You're going to notice the most profitable things that you can achieve the quickest, and you're going to follow those. But if you don't have any of those, you're going to need to realize that you're going to need to build some of those. So you haven't been living life the way you should have been. So now you're going to do that step now. You're going to live life to get those skills, get those experiences, and that's what's going to be able to let you leverage those to either get that remote job or even an in-person job. It doesn't matter. And then once you get that first job, obviously from there, it's going to be more clear coasting, right? You're going to be building that experience, building those skills even more. And then once you have that experience, you again put that back on your resume, back in your skill set, back in your bank of experiences. And from there, you leverage it even more. You double your leverage because now you can apply to that same type of job. And whether you want to become overemployed or even just get a better job of that same nature with a higher salary, that's what you can do now. So you have to realize that everything is a personalized experience. Every video you watch on our channel or courses you see online, Reddit posts, Twitter posts, whatever, all of that is great and fine, right? But at the end of the day, you have to look at yourself and notice what you know right now. Some people are going to be able to be better off doing one thing compared to you, right? Not everyone is in a position to do something that's recommended by other gurus or masters, right? So you have to realize what you're good at and leverage that because that's what's going to get you results as soon as possible. You can't always blindly follow someone else's guidelines because if you do that, you're going to be switching skill sets and paths all the time. And it might take you way longer than it needs to, right? You don't need to follow what everyone tells you to a T. That's a really important thing here. You need to realize what you're good at and follow that. And you kind of have to pave your own path. Everybody's different. Everyone will have a different walk in life in terms of getting that remote job or first in-person job, doesn't matter. So do what works for you, do what's right for you, and do what's quickest for you. You have to get that combination of things. Don't just blindly follow anybody online. And remember, like the video, if you have any experiences doing this yourself, or if you're currently building that skill set or plan, let me know what you're building in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And remember to subscribe and check us out in the future again.